Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Good morning. How are you today?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now, can you first please introduce yourself?
I'm Louise Roe.
I'm Dr. Gary Goldenberg.
Now, for both of you, where are you both originally from?
I'm from London and I've lived in LA for 10 years.
I'm a New York City-based dermatologist.
Doctor, what's your educational background?
I went to undergrad at LaSalle. I did medical school at Temple and trained at Wake Forest and the University of Colorado.
And sir, what is your present title?
I'm a medical doctor and I'm an assistant clinical professor at Mount Sinai Hospital.
Now, for people who don't really know, please tell me, what is psoriasis?
Louise, you want to take
You
this
go.
one?
You go.
Okay. Psoriasis is a chronic autoimmune condition. It's caused by too much inflammation in the body. And what a lot of people don't know is that psoriasis actually starts from inside the body. Even though it manifests on the skin as a skin rash, it actually starts inside by having too much inflammation.
And how many people are affected by this condition?
Approximately 7.5 million Americans suffer from psoriasis.
It looks seriously painful.
The most common symptoms of psoriasis that patients complain about are itching, pain, discomfort, and the plaques can be very irritating.
How long does it take for people to usually be diagnosed?
It really all depends. Some patients manifest very quickly and their diagnosis is pretty clear. In some patients it does take a little while to make a diagnosis because there are some other skin rashes that can look similar to psoriasis.
Now, what are some current treatment options?
There is a whole host of treatment options that are currently available, and these go from topical medications and creams to pills such as Otezla or Apremilast, which is FDA approved for plaque psoriasis, to a whole host of biologic injections which can also be used for psoriasis.
Now, Louise, let's go to you for a minute. For those who don't know, please tell us a little bit about the front row.
Front Row is the name of my blog, and I also have a book as well, which is a style guide. And my background is fashion journalism, so I started out in women's magazines and then went on to host makeover shows, one on MTV, CW, and NBC. So I now work with various brands and write a lot of articles on my blog, whether it's about motherhood or fashion, beauty, dating, and now psoriasis.
Now, please tell me about your struggle with psoriasis.
So I've never actually talked about this publicly until today, and I've had psoriasis for about 10 years. I discovered it when I was working a super stressful job, very long hours, and I was very strung out, and I had a lot of the symptoms that Dr. Goldenberg's talking about. I was super uncomfortable, and it affected my confidence a lot. I was hiding the sort of plaques and the flare-ups on my body with clothing. Working in the fashion industry, that kind of made it even harder because there was so much emphasis on appearance and clothing, makeup, all that stuff. And I think it's partly because I became a mum this year and I have a very open dialogue with my readers and we share a lot. They share with me and give advice both ways, that I felt it was time to kind of talk about this, knowing now that 7.5 million people in America have psoriasis. That's such an enormous number. I think everyone either has it or knows somebody who has it, they're close to somebody who has it, and I'd like to raise awareness and let people know that there are so many different things you can do to feel better. It doesn't have to mean that you hide away feeling awful about yourself.
Now, what are some myths associated with psoriasis?
That it's contagious. That it is curable, because unfortunately it isn't. It's just about managing it, and that it starts on the outside of the body. It's not something like many other rashes might be because of an irritant, and actually this is something that starts inside the body and then shows itself on the outside.
Now, Louise, you did something special with one of your fans recently. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it was really cool. I flew to New York from LA and filmed a video that's actually on the website psoperspective.com if anyone wants to go watch it. And I swapped lives with a psoriasis sufferer. Her name's Alicia. She's in her early 20s. She's a financial analyst in New York, living a very busy, full life, taking exams currently. And so she did my job and I did hers. And then we had a long chat at the end about some of the ways that we manage our psoriasis and some of the emotions we've been through.
Now, what is Inside Perspective?
Inside Perspective is the title of the campaign. It's with Celgene and Otezla. And that's what drew me to it, because yes, there's the physical side of what inside perspective means with regards to psoriasis, that it starts beneath the surface of the skin within the body. But for me, there's also another meaning to that. You know, psoriasis has a huge effect on your social life, on the way you feel about yourself, your self-esteem. It's very easy to just, I did, you know, become a bit of a hermit about it because there's a social stigma to it, and also you can feel very uncomfortable with it. So with that in mind, I'm hoping to give people a new perspective on it and some tools to help themselves.
Now, what makes Otezla special?
Well, Otezla is one of the many medications that are approved by the FDA to treat psoriasis. So I would encourage each patient that does suffer from psoriasis to discuss their best treatment options with their dermatologist.
Now, Louise, how do you like your fans to connect with you?
It's so interesting now, isn't it? I mean, especially with you having a blog, you're videoing right now, but everything is also on social media, YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel that people subscribe to watch my vlog and tutorials, but equally, I'm always DMing back on Instagram. I think there's a myriad of ways, or people log onto the blog and leave a comment there. But I'm very engaged and I love the back and forth. And like I said earlier, I ask advice of my followers just as much as give it, and I love that dialogue.
Well, also congratulations to you on the new baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, where can people get more information on Inside Perspective?
The website is psoperspective.com, and also on my own blog, louiseroe.com, I'm talking about the whole experience. We've got lots of photos, and it's my personal story.
Well, thank you very much for all this information, both of you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I would like to encourage your viewers and listeners to learn more about psoriasis by going to psoperspective.com and really to seek help if they do suffer from psoriasis, because there are amazing treatment options available now.